Okay, so hi. We are doing the 4-5, aka grass/mixed animals makeup for Circle of Life and in the Grasslands chat. So I'm Emily, that's Danica. We're going to be showing you how to do it.
Yeah, so if your child is in the mixed animal ensemble, they will be doing this.
Or if your character is like Pumbaa or...
No, Pumbaa's not doing this.
Banzi, or Bonsai, however you say it, you will not be doing this makeup. You will be shown how to do it in person, so if you're any of the leads, don't follow this. This is for the main ensemble in the class. Okay. So we're going to start with our base makeup, so that's like foundation, setting powder, concealer, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, so you're going to want a foundation 1 to 3 shades darker than your skin tone, so you're not just like washed out on stage. So yeah. So I just like to put it all over my face first, and then take a sponge and just move it around. I used way too much.
That was okay though.
Just blend it all out. You can blend it into the hairline a little bit, just so it's not like a straight line of different color skin, basically.
Yeah.
After, you can also use like a brush or whatever kind of brush you want, just to go along and blend it out even more. Just so that it's not spotty or patchy. It's nice and smooth.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to our concealer.
You obviously don't need to be using this if you don't want to, or if you don't have it and you don't want to go out and buy some. It's completely optional to do this part.
So if you do have it, put it on your eyelids so then your eyeshadow will stay longer. Because when we're doing long show runs, you're definitely going to need all the setting stuff you can.
And then just blend it out after you put it on. Doesn't have to be perfect. So just to blend, we're just taking sponges. It doesn't have to be sponges like this. It can be round sponges or square sponges just like this, and you can use that to blend it out too.
Just has to be a sponge. Or a brush.
Yeah, you can use brushes if you have that and don't have sponges.
Sponges are generally cheap and you can get a huge pack of them, so.
Once you're done blending out your concealer, you're just going to take a peachy, pinky blush. You can use doesn't have to be necessarily powder, it can be...
Yeah, you can use cream.
I just have a powder, and you can take the
brush. There's liquid too.
Just take any brush. I'm going to use this brush. It doesn't have to look exactly like this, just fluffy. Rub it in and put it like apples of your cheek here and here. So if you smile, it's a little round. So you're going to want to put it there. And then blend it up your cheekbones like that. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Okay, and then you gotta finish it off with setting powder or setting spray so it can touch me like a big fat brush.
I'm just gonna mix off my pants. This one?
Obviously, when you're putting on setting powder, a lot is going to come out, so you're gonna want to like.
Or like back into the container.
Kids everywhere.
I inhaled it.
Ta! Okay, I'm just going to grab a bunch of brushes.
Yeah, Emily's just grabbing some brushes off camera that we can use.
Okay, so
We've got our base makeup done now.
and now we're going on to our eyeshadow.
Yeah,
So
we're
you're
just
gonna need like kind of like a yellowy brown kind of sort of, maybe like a little bit more greeny, you know.
Greeny. We're looking more for like yellowy green. Just gonna grab mine. Is that mine?
Kind of have fun with this.
Well, have fun with it. Experiment prior to the show so you can figure out what works for you, what you like.
Also, this is just my personal opinion. I like starting with a lighter color just so I kind of know where to put my colors.
Yeah, work from lightest to darkest. That's where I put my brush. Make sure your brushes are clean before you use them in case you have like a different color on them.
LOL.
And then I just like to do like a little base color that's almost the same shade as my eyelid, just so everything lays nicely. So you don't have to have these exact palettes, but I'm gonna take this color right here and I'm just gonna lay it on my eye. Doesn't have to be perfect because this part doesn't really matter as much. Don't worry about getting anything over. Like, say you get it on your eyelashes, doesn't really matter. You can just wipe it off, or we're going to go over with black mascara afterwards. But once you're done in this thing, we have a pretty distinct shape we're going to follow. So we can just lay eyeshadow on after, and then you can take a wipe and clean up those lines to make them how you want.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with lightest colors in the inner corner, working our way out to darker colors here. So I'm personally just going to like lay a thing of yellow down before, just so it pops out a little more after we have like greens or whatever. So I'm just taking yellow and just kind of creating the shape we want.
So I am just kind of packing down some greens, some browns, you know, trying to get that like little ombre effect in there, so. And I'll fix my shape later.
Just lay down the base color. She already did.
Slide.
Just because we want to bring up the yellows that are in the drawings and design of this, but then we're also going to be adding those greens and browns later. So I have this palette which focuses more on like some greens, some browns. So I'm probably just going to take like this lighter green color and add it.
I literally have the
in
exact
here.
same palette as her.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a little bit of a lighter green color and add it on from this corner of the eye to like the center-ish. And then we'll do a dark green and a little bit of brown to blend it. Now depending on the like pigment in your shadow, you may need to go over it a few times.
Where's my wipes?
What time is it?
That's a very good question. 10 o'clock.
We got 20 minutes. We gotta hurry.
What do you stop 20 minutes?
So now that we've laid down just like this green, yellowy color, we're gonna take a little bit of a darker green and put that on like the outsides to create like a wing with eyeshadow.
Yeah. Put some more yellow.
I used this color.
That's what I used.
So then we're gonna take this right about here and we're gonna bring it up and then over. And nothing has to be perfect right now. We can go in and obviously clear some things up with a Q-tip and a little bit of makeup remover or water and or a makeup wipe. Whatever you have at home. Oh, I used the wrong color. So if you ever make a mistake, you can just wipe it away and continue on. Nothing's perfect. And you're going to be seeing these from, parents are going to be seeing this from a distance on stage, so it's not too terrible if you like go over a line or something by accident.
Yeah.
Well, we're just going to take this, line it up here, and blend it in to the other green just by rubbing over it. See, once you get your colors down, you can take a different brush. I'm just going to grab one real quick here. Something fluffy like this one. And you can just rub over it like this to blend everything out. Excuse me. Then I take the darker color and work it towards the lighter color a little bit instead of going away from your eye. Yeah. And go up here too. Down the sides, just so everything's not so harsh. You can go in little circles just to make a little better blending. Over. Just like this. And now, so this kind of, you can make it as even, it doesn't have to be perfect. But then once you kind of got a little bit of a base, I'm going to take like a little bit of a brighter yellow. So I'm going to grab probably like this yellow here and a little bit of it. Make sure my brush is clean. Just take a little bit of this yellow so it's on the end of your brush. And then put it right here on the inner corner of my eye. Just so that yellowness warm comes out. And you can even blend that a little bit. So that's that part of the eye.
Obviously mine is a little bit darker, but everyone's gonna have different products, so honestly,
Yeah,
as long as it's like close enough, it's good.
Yeah, you don't have to have the exact materials that we're using, because obviously we have different products than each other already. Like hers is a little darker than mine's a little lighter. If you find anything you want to touch up, you can touch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But now for the liner. It's going to be a little weird. So we're going to start with a black and just do a normal wing following this eyeshadow. And then we're taking a darker brown, like if I grab out the sheet here, if we look at what we're doing, you've got like this natural wing right here, and then we've got a line going around the makeup, just like showcase it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with black liner. You're going to take it, once I can get the cap off, make sure everything's a little mixed up so nothing's just liquid. And then you're going to take this and you're just going to make a little line on the edge of your eye on both sides. They're not going to be perfect. See, these aren't perfect, but that's fine. And then you're going to take your pen, you're going to line it up with the top and bring it towards your eye. Like that. And then fill it in. Just by coloring over it. And then do the same thing on the other eye. You can see mine obviously aren't the exact same,
but they're close enough.
If you happen to get a line down here, you can just take like the edge of the makeup wipe and just go like this. And it'll get you a straighter line. And then it'll go like this a little bit, but you can just take your wipe. Go over it. Then you want to take the brown and connect it to the end of the black. I gotta go up a little bit. And then you're going to take it and you're going to swirl it over and just down here. So you're going to follow the line of your shadow. How do I do this? I'm going to start on this side. Just like that. And obviously it's not perfect right now, but you can color over it. And make it a little more even. Just like that. And you can take a Q-tip and go over it just to make the lines a little nicer. Or a makeup wipe. Just to make sure you have no eyeshadow on the outside of that little ring here. That we've created. And then just make it a little more pointy right here. See, it doesn't have to be exact perfect. It'll be what it wants to be. So that's what it'll look like, and we're just going to repeat the same thing on this side.
It's actually really cool. I actually really like this.
I'm just going to shake up the product just to make sure everything's nice and to the tip of my pen.
Even this is just like a cool look, like if you were like going to a party or something, like this is cool.
Little kids shouldn't go to crazy parties like that.
You know what to do.
I go to some pretty crazy parties, man. You don't know what my life looked like outside of school?
Oh, true.
And then again, you can just go clean up those lines. look at mine, they're definitely not perfect.
But that is okay. That's why a little something called makeup wipes exist.
I would suggest practicing this a little bit before the show date comes, just so you know exactly what you're doing when the day comes.
Or you more know somewhat what you're doing. 'Cause
if you want, you can take like a shimmery gold color. This is completely optional. You can take like a shimmery gold or green color, and then just put it also on top of that yellow right here in the inner corner.
I'm just use this one.
Yeah, that's what I need. Just so that it stands out a little bit during the performance. Next, we're gonna do
mascara.
mascara. I almost forgot that. Just take black mascara. If you want, you can just wipe off your eyelashes in case any shadow got on them. And then you're just gonna take it and apply it up with an upward motion like this to your eyes. Just so your eyelashes pop on stage. And then a little bit on the bottom of your lashes.
Okay, and for lip products, you are going to use orange lipstick, and you can use lip liner. You can use, if that's necessary, you can use lip gloss and eyeliner if you can't find orange.
You can see we both have very different oranges.
I honestly struggle to find an orange.
You can go with a little bit more of like a brownie orange, or if you really want a bright orange like that.
Orangey orange.
I found this at my Shoppers Drug Mart. It was easy and pretty cheap. Because you don't need anything super extravagant and expensive. Just something that works for what we need. And if you are using just like a tube of lipstick like this, you can take an angled brush, a small angled brush, and you can wipe on the lipstick and then go around the edges just to make a clean line. So you can just wipe it on there like that and just go on. that. And if you want to go along, if you get any around, you can just clean it up just like that. But that is the mixed animal ensemble makeup.
/ grass.
Yeah. I don't think any of you guys are grass in the 4-5 class.
No, they are.
Oh, they're mixed in.
No, but they're doing the Grasslands champ dance.
Then this is their sitting makeup.
Yeah. Okay.
Mixed animal ensemble.
Thank you for watching, and make sure that you label all your makeup and don't share unless it's the siblings or whatever, because it's germy and gross.
Also COVID.
Yeah, that still exists too. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.